My name's Dennis Inbody from Northwest Ohio. My friend John Buskirk here, owner of Harts Machine Shop in Cecil, Ohio. He did all my machine work for me here on my 1926 John Deere D, which is a very special tractor to me because it's very close in serial number range to a tractor that was originated on this farm back in the early 1900s. And it's just turned out to be a real nice piece. And we've logged over 72 hours on this tractor in the field. Their machine shop's done everything from front axle work to a complete engine rebuild as far as all the machine work goes. And I just couldn't be happier. And I had just purchased this 1925 spoke flywheel D, and I'm in the midst of case-up restoration, and I have John over here today with me, and we're going to kind of converse about a few things that we're going to do to this tractor and kind of get a plan of attack going and start the restoration process. Back to the two tractors just a little bit. This particular tractor here versus the 2060, there are quite a few significant differences in the tractor. For example, the flywheel. We have the spoke flywheel, which makes the tractor very unique and rare, as opposed to a solid cast iron flywheel on the 2060. There's casting numbers, letters in the transmission cover. The covers are both made of cast iron, as opposed to pressed steel on the newer tractor here on the right. A lot of casting numbers, governor housing, etc., are cosmetically to the eye very similar, but in a sense very different.
Go ahead.
I'm here with John again, and John, the front axle on this tractor, we've got some issues with it. Our kingpins, and we're definitely wore, and we've got a little discrepancy here in the front axle.
That should be able to be straightened out and look original.
Do you have any problems as far as basically tightening the whole front end of the tractor up?
Right. New kingpins, new bushings, whatever it would take to tighten that up.
Okay.
And then the front pin here, pivot pin.
Our pivot pin here.
That would be able to be
resized,
and then a new pin made.
Brought back to spec. The tie rod here, we have major issues with it. It's bent. Somebody's done a significant amount of welding over here. Can you replicate this?
Yes. Yep.
As far as dimensions,
make a new one, make the right length.
Okay.
Yes.
And get a good fit over here in the steering gear.
Yes.
Okay. Over here on the right, to my right, I guess, the steering shaft running back and then up through to the steering wheel. We've got where the carrier bearing was, and then back here at the second carrier back by the wheel. I'm going to need you to replicate that. Punch the holes, rebore the holes, timed right. Can you do that for me?
Yes. We'll replace this piece here. We'll fix this housing here, make the holes smaller, and then remanufacture that shaft also with the holes in the right spot.
Okay. And while we're at it, like I said, the tractor, we're right here looking, the tractor is seized the way it sits. And the cylinder block here, John, it's got quite a significant external crack in it.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on repairing that?
That should be able to be heated, pushed back, beat out, welded, and then we can put this texture back in it so it can't be seen where it was repaired.
Structurally, is it going to hold up?
Yes.
Just as good as if it was new?
Yes, and mainly it probably does not leak because this would be the outside of the bowl hole or the stud hole, but yet it is something that needs to be taken care of.
So we're not within the water jacket there?
No. Nope. And then we'll just have to see once you get it apart to see what is froze up on it and be able to fix the cylinder inside also.
Very good. Here back to the radiator, I guess, the top tank, you can see we've got major issues here. And I was lucky
basically cracked beyond repair.
Big time cracked beyond repair.
Okay.
And I did manage to find a replacement top tank And it's got quite a little bit of pitting in the surface too, the machine surface. And
Yes.
I'm wanting you to remachine that. And do you see any problems with what we have there as far as getting a brand new machine
No,
fit?
we can fill in the rust spots here.
Okay.
That's where it's rusted in, and then we can resurface all of this and
Okay.
make it so it will seal properly.
Right.
Yep, not a problem.
Silicone's not the answer as far
No.
as I'm concerned. And,
No.
No, and while we're at it, the bottom tank, which I don't have apart yet, we may run into the same thing on the bottom tank.
Which again, we can fill it and resurface
Okay.
it.
Okay. And back to machining parts, as far as refacing things, we've got your left and right elbow, two surfaces. You know, I want to make sure we've got a nice machine fit there as well.
And we can resurface all of these areas so it can be sealed and
water pipes,
no leaks.
etc. Very good. Very good. No, John, it all sounds good. And I guess too, as far as internally in the engine, I don't know what we have as far as rod and main bearings go.
Well, they're all made of babbitt,
Okay.
and we can re-pour it.
Okay. Right back to factory specs.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Grind the crank, and then put the babbitt back to its factory clearances and
Very good.
make it a running tractor.
Okay. And while we're at it too, you're also capable of grinding the camshaft
Yes.
back to the spec.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very excited about the project, and we'll keep you up to date on progress in the future. And I thank you for coming today.
Thanks, Denny.